Yeah, and welcome back to Southern Snack, where life is too short to be serious. All right, I had another little weekend road trip. Wanted to try 3 more tester desserts from Crumble. I only got my hands on 2. Do not know what's going on with this Ashburn location today, but as I had talked to inside sources, these locations are supposed, if they're testing, they're supposed to have the item available all week, all the way through Saturday. Especially this location, they test specialty test items, and they dropped the ball. They dropped the ball on this one. Don't know why they didn't have apple pie, but let me just tell you what, it's not going to be as good as the cookie. I had the pumpkin pie tester. Here's the thing, just didn't feel like it had enough pie to it. Like there's not enough at all for that dessert to be the price that it was. And you know, a little too much crust to it as well, and just not quite as good. Like the pumpkin pie was not as good as the cookie. So I'm just banking on that with the apple pie cookie turned into a pie. I think honestly it's going to be great. I would probably give it an 8.5, but common sense would tell me too much pie crust on the pumpkin, it's going to lead to the same with the apple pie. So that's my prediction, but I wish I could have told you for sure. Peanut butter bar also testing. Again, don't know why they need to test that again. It's phenomenal. It's like this fusion of oatmeal and peanut butter topped with rich fudge frosting. It is a brick, as other people have said. It is dense. So good. I finished my last piece of that this week. Delicious. So we're gonna go ahead and jump into what we do have. I forgot to see if I've got a fork somewhere or a spoon. So I have been struggling with my supply, and Crumble does not give you forks at most locations. So the one location that would have given me something did not have their tester. So very frustrated. So we've got banana upside down cake. Very interesting. Don't know if it's filled or not. We'll dive into it. And then we've got triple berry cobbler, no cream cheese. Yes, you heard me right. That's a vanilla dollop without cream cheese. This one sounds promising. Sounds like what cobbler should be. So here's the thumbnail. And there you go. So where do we start? I think I'm more interested in trying this never heard of before in terms of my opinion. I've never heard of it. The banana upside down cake, which is basically like a banana spice cake with this big old whipped dollop. Looks like some caramel involved on this bad boy. So let's go ahead, try it out. Let's dive on into this cake and give it our best shot. All right. Now, let's see here. Is it filled? No, it doesn't look like it's like a filled type of thing. I know the lava cake comes in this type of shape, so I was wondering if it was like filled, but no, it's not. I'm getting whipped cream all over my hand. This just begs the question, when are they going to do a tester for pineapple upside down cake, right? This is banana. We want pineapple. It's got to be coming soon, right? All right, let's try this. Fluffy, moist, rich, very banana forward. Not too much spices. I think, and again, I haven't tried banana bread, but I think Crumble's intent would be not to get too close to that one. You know, they have a banana bread loaf coming soon, so I would think that their hopes is not to be too close to that. So this one's definitely a little bit more caramel, a little less spices to it, and I love it. That is very good. That's delicious cake. There's nothing else to say about it other than it's a 10, right? It's like a fluffy banana flavored cake with some rich caramel vibes to it. Very, very good. Amazing. I mean, come on, man. All right. So we're going to try a bite of this cobbler. I watched them make it. They put crumbles on the bottom. Then they put the jam, triple berry jam. And then they topped it off with more. And when they brought it to me, they didn't have the dollop. But said, hey, you're supposed to have the dollop, right? And she looked over and she's like, yeah. So she got me my dollop before I walked out. But yeah, lots of jam. Let's go. Don't be worried about there being too little jam. There's enough. Very tart, very sweet, dynamic. The crumbs definitely help with that tartness, kind of tone it down. Has a little bit of like brown sugar, I guess oatmeal. I guess it's like a brown sugar oatmeal kind of mix there. That's what you should expect from cobbler. I have all these people that make homemade cobbler with like flour and cake mix, and it's like, what are you doing? Honey, I know you want to make homemade cobbler, but please step back, please. That ain't cobbler. Call it something else. People may love you for it. People may love what you're making, but honey, that ain't cobbler. This is cobbler, yes. Got that texture. It's got to be, it's got to have that like firm texture to it, right? It can't be soft. It can't be like fluffy like a cake. It can't be that. It's got to be a little bit of crunch, a little bit of texture, and Crumbl did a good job on that in that department. Now this mousse, I'm gonna try a little bit on its own. No cream cheese, kind of like a custardy vanilla mousse. I don't know if I just made an ugly face. Didn't mean to make an ugly face, but that's gonna add to this dessert here, right? That mousse is really gonna be a nice cherry on top. Now, is that as good as, say, this really hot, warm cobbler with melty ice cream? Are we getting that experience? No, we're not getting that experience. But think about just all the flavors. The vanilla ice cream, the creaminess of that, the tart berry, the oatmeal, the rich oatmeal, and the rich, brown sugar or cinnamon. Think about all those flavors together. It hits that right on the head. Obviously, it's impossible to match up with that melty, gooey, warm cobbler that you get, because they're doing so many other things, making cookies. But I really don't want to take away from that, but I think I have to. I think that's kind of a requirement that I have to do that, but it's going to be a 0.5. I'm taking a 0.5 off. It's a 9.5. The only reason it's not a 10 is because if you stack this up beside a hot, gooey, mouth-burning cobbler with some ice cream, you're not going to, you know which one I'm going to pick, right? I'm grabbing that cobbler with that melty ice cream, and I'm burning my mouth. But this is a very, very enriching experience. And Crumbl, 9 times out of 10, they hit the flavor right on the head for these desserts. We can get mad about the upcharges and how crazy this is on employees. I know, it was always a cookie place, and should they have ever switched? I don't think so. But they're flexing on us with their ability to nail this. So props to them. For me to go on and on and on about 2 desserts for like 10 minutes, it's crazy. But I guess kicking out apple pie got me going on a wild journey of thoughts and processing. And I like doing that. I like going into detail, right? I can't do that as well if I'm sitting there doing a TikTok that's supposed to be under a minute. I'm trying to think and consolidate thoughts. This opens things up. So, guys, I look forward to these 2 items making the lineup at some point. They're delicious. And again, like the only dessert I've not really liked, as far as I can remember from Crumbl, that wasn't a cookie, was Oreo cheesecake. Too much cream cheese. But these 2, whew, chef's kiss. Anyways, I hope this review gave you a good outlook, gave you some excitement. And other than that, I'll see y'all around. Yeah!